Stay tuned. The series is going to wake up your magic. Well-being, mental clarity, emotional stability, balance, good fortune, money, life in itself. All this, all the time, will always require your attention. It doesn't really make a difference if it's about a boyfriend, a lover, a husband, a sister, a best friend, a recipe, a home, a dream, a desire, a wounded warrior, a transformational request. Doesn't make a difference. The only thing that makes a difference in all of whatever we are present to is those things that grab us and have our attention. Because you're only able to go as far in that relationship, okay, with what you're giving attention to. You're only able to go as far in that career for as much attention you give to sharpening that saw and being absolutely focused. And the same thing goes for your money, and the same thing goes for your agreements, and the same thing goes for everything around you that is called life. Where people are getting out of balance is where I see people are out of their seasons. They're getting upset with things that naturally have to break down and go and flow, because everything has its cycle. If you're not growing inwards, it's going to be very, very difficult, okay, to have it all and be balanced in it all. It's going to be turbulent. Maybe that's why you go, oh, it's not about the money. Of course it's not about the money, because you've taken care about the money. Now it's about your spirituality. Or it's not about the spirituality, it's about the money. Well, because you haven't taken care of your money. So it's all those different little things that play the part. Well, it's not about my career. Why? Because you've been focused on your career. It's about my relationship needs help. Well, put yourself in your relationship. So today I want to raise your awareness for you to just allow everything to kind of evaporate just for a second. And in that moment of evaporation, okay, what consumes you? Because it is always you. And it's what you are working on, thinking about, and feeling that is going to be in either conflict or in context or of approval of you moving forward and evolving with wherever you are. You know, people go, I have to work on my money. No. Let you be the energy that works on like your money, not you working on your money. Your money cannot work on you. I have to go work on my relationship. No, you need to work on you. You are that relationship. Oh, I have to go figure out and just do what I love. Yeah, you've got to work on you. And when you're not able to be in balance with all of these things that are aspects of your life, then it's time for an inner reflection, okay, for you to measure where you are. Now, if you're thinking, okay, that you're wanting to maintain a status quo all the time, that is very unfair on you, because that means that you're not growing, you're not expanding, you're not experiencing, you're not being adventurous, you're not going through the heartbreak, the breakthroughs, the breakdowns. That is life. And if you're going through them and you're complaining the whole time, well, then you're being consumed by an overcharge of negative energy, and that is going to rob you of the true treasure of being awoken to what life is all about. Only you know where you are. So, in looking at how you're seeing yourself as a singular person in your life, that has its benefits, but it also has its contrasts. Balance can only come from you being in your life and being present. Where are you with your relationship? Where are you with your money? Where are you at home? Where are you at work? Where are you with your agreements? Where are you with all of it? Now, being absolutely fluid all the time means, okay, that you're constantly working all areas of your life. But when there is a growth or there is a breakdown or there is a breakthrough, there are dispersities. And I'm finding that people are wanting to maintain, okay, an even core to a life that they then regret. What you focus on can only come from what you're thinking about and how you're feeling. I mean, it goes hand in hand. And what people are looking at is an aspect of how they should be in a situation. I should be rich. Well, if you should be rich, then you have to think yourself to be rich, and then you have to feel yourself to be rich, and then you have to really ask the big, big question. Okay? What is rich for you? Because you might be in conflict with your own words, right? Just the same with relationships. You know, I see people in relationships and breaking down their partners, okay, speaking bad about their partners, not having anything good to say about their partners. What are you expecting? So you have to bring it in, right? And the same thing goes for friends. And then the same thing goes with your kids. And the same thing goes, so we all know this because it's kind of the whole part. But what is that key factor for you today to look at your life? What is it? Is it a dream? Is it a wish? Is it a vibration? What is it that would make you look at your life? That you would want the best outcome for everybody? What is it that you would go, okay, I'm going to grab this opportunity in my life and I'm going to fill myself with enough God sense, okay, enough light. I'm going to fill myself with enough love that within myself, I could balance all these things out for the greatest outcome in this journey for who I am. And that's what I see people are missing. That missing piece, okay, of the importance of you being alive and a contributing factor to the ripple effect of every little thing. Every little thing. You know, people call me like, Wanda, you're just too much. You're intense. I am intense. But I mean the details of my life. I mean the details of my friendships. I mean the details of my relationships. I mean the details of my children. I mean the details of being the creator of my life. I love my things in alignment. I'm also knowing that if you're working on certain things, you can't expect alignment straight away. When you're correcting something or when you're bringing something, when you're cleaning out the closet, can the closet and everything be clean around you? No. There's a time for everything. You've got to be prepared to be out of balance. You've got to be prepared, okay, to go with a little less money so that you can get a little bit more money. You've got to be prepared to be firm in your relationship, to get into like a firmness and say, no, this is what I want. You've got to be prepared to stand up and value who you are and understand that people are there to be understood. So all of this can only come from you. It is only you that matters, because it is you that has the power to pass a ray of light to somebody else or to something or to a thing, a thought, a feeling, an event, something that could have a ripple effect of a domino effect in your life that could change everything. You sitting here regretting anything from the past or being fearful for anything from the future, damning your children, your husband, your ex, your financial partners, your teams at work, social media, religions, politics, whatever it is, that is only an extension and ripple effect from whatever is, yeah. So why look at that today? And I'm going to say, because that is that moment when you claim your true power. That is that moment when you know, this is my life. I am the creator of my life. Yes. Okay. I am responsible for all the things I create. Okay. I want to be done good to, and I want to be respected, and I want to be valued, and I want to be, whatever words you use. Okay. And I want to be loved, and I want to be appreciated, and I want to be admired, and I want to be sought after, and I want to be all these things. Well, if you want to be all those things, then you've got to pay attention to the ripple effect, okay, of what you're asking for. Because that energy can only come from when you're connected to a higher source of energy. If you're constantly connecting to the lower mind source of energy, of the things you need, and gossiping and turning things around and being distraught and being in fear and being in a space of anxiety, then you know that energy is treacherous. That energy there of the lower mind is like the swamp. Okay, it's slimy, and it's going to get somewhere into the cracks of your children, your marriage, your money, your family, your hope. Be the warrior of light. Stand up and say, this is my life and this is how I want it. I don't believe that there is anybody out there that wakes up in the morning and wants to have a horrible life. I just don't believe, okay? I do believe that they can get caught up and they don't feel good and they become horrible people because they're in horrible situations and they're ignoring the higher aspect of life itself. But you have to be courageous. There are times that you're being drawn to say, okay, roll up your sleeves. No, that's not what makes me feel good. This makes me feel better. Well, then you're not going to get paid. Well, then so be it. Okay? And that goes for working for the wrong people, being married to the wrong people, saying the wrong things to the wrong people, all of it. Where does it begin and where does it end? It doesn't. It starts and ends with you at every moment that you wake up and you have the opportunity to change and be that change. You know, it's like, what do I speak about? You. We speak about you. My name is Vanda. Is all about you mastering yourself, you being able to grab that essence and learn that space between understanding your emotional self so that you know your value, you know your worth, you have the courage to break through. So what? If you know you're going to go through a little bit of a challenging time, buff up. Know that your thoughts need to be clearer. Know that your emotions need to be more balanced. Stay with positive people around you. And it's not as if you're going to go to war, but don't be sitting down, because there's no darkness, okay, that's going to knock at your door when you're ready. That darkness is waiting for you when you're least ready and least prepared and least expecting anything. And there's a lot of talk there about spiritual warfare, and it does exist, okay? But before you even go to that, you've got to say, where are you in conflict with yourself? Take that moment and look at your life and look at, where am I? What am I focused on? How am I breathing this all in? Because you don't wake up in the day and you're just a mother for that whole day or for that life. You're a mother, you're a friend, you're a sister, you're a brother, or you're a husband, or you're a grandmother, you're a grandfather, you're a father. You're lots of different things, all in that moment. All in that moment. So one ripple effect has that power to do what? To change everything into a domino effect. And you're going to ask me, how, Vanda? Vanda, how is that possible? And I'm going to tell you, because God is great and the universe is benevolent. okay, and there are laws in place, and you're waking up horrible in the morning because of law of attraction, but it's the law of correspondence. One ripple effect can change everything. Go read your books, go Google. Isaac Newton felt it, saw it, read it, researched it, was part of all of it. Science is there, and spirituality is there even more so. The butterfly effect is powerful. The law of correspondence will tap into all realms of existence. And if you're at this age in time, with this whole cosmic dance of life itself moving into the age of Aquarius, if you're still thinking, oh, that's not possible, then maybe it's time for a new reevaluation of you and you and you. Maybe your thoughts are really not helping you. Maybe your fear is really sitting in the past. Okay, and what you're doing, you're not doing. You're just reacting to everything that you've been in the past. And it's time for a check-in. But that ripple effect, that law of correspondence is powerful and it's undeniable. Build the muscle to stay connected. Build the muscle to favor a smile over an anger. Build the muscle to say no, okay, to a contrast fear and give love in a different way. Honor your agreements for right, wrong, or whatever. Honor them. There's a tremendous power in honor and in truth. But truths change. So what can you count on? What you know in the moment. That ripple effect could be that smile, that gesture, that thought, that feeling. That could be the cascading waterfall that breaks down all those barriers. And there you are, in the whole of all the things that make you happy. All of a sudden, you're in this grand relationship. All of a sudden, you're in the space of enjoying your food, your life, your children, your travels, your adventure. All of a sudden, your own windows to your inner vision has shifted and changed. And why? And where does that come from? A build-up of you being all these different people, your experiences making a difference, you honoring who you've been and who you're becoming, and knowing that it's how you treat yourself that makes the biggest difference. So, law of correspondence, the ripple effect, butterflies, all coming together for an inner transformation. Where are you today? What do you want? How are you seeing yourself? All of these things are interconnected. If you're in a place where you're still blaming your parents, you have to transcend that. Go do some inner work because you chose them. And here's the most important thing. Your children chose you. So be that you possibly can be. Not to be the potential, because that's forever evolving, but be that you that's in the present, that is happy, that has the power, okay, to shift that mood, to take that child, to take that husband, to take that friend, and to take that circumstance, or to take that project, or to take anything into a simple space of, that was worth it. That was good. I feel better for it. That is where all this power is. Okay? Just some words.
You want to
of
laugh
wisdom.
again? You want to open up and awaken your wisdom box so that you can manifest your dreams in this lifetime experience. We're empathic. We are sensitive. We are intuitive. We are psychically attuned to this energy world that is awakening who we are. You're so much more than who you think you are. And remind yourself that your higher self absolutely knows what you want. You are the creator of your future life. Holds for you what you have put into your future, what you're thinking, but most of all, what you're feeling. That is what is coming to you. That is how the universe talks. You are the creator of your life. We all are.
Are you ready?
My name is Vanahaha.